we start acting again, and the guest stars are like, where am I? This is weird. So that's probably my favorite. But you got to keep it light. As Kim Manners, may he rest in peace, once said, yeah. He said, you know, this is his words. He said, I spend more time with you than I do my wife, my kids, my dogs, my home. So if we're not having a good time, why are we doing this? You know?
Thank you. I will also add that we never miss an opportunity to have said shenanigans. We could be in the middle of a very intense scene, and if an opportunity presents itself to make a joke, normally professionals resist the urge to break character and make a joke in the middle of a scene while the cameras are rolling and other actors are intense and the scene is intense. We will rarely ever miss the opportunity. We will blow the take purposefully to make the joke and then go again.
I'm not going to waste that opportunity.
No, at this point,
jeez.
Which just really throws guest stars off. My favorite response from one guest star was she just like, after about 3 or 4 takes of him and I just like, and then the crew, I mean, they now don't waste opportunities to like, I mean, I'm sitting there with like EMF and I'm going through this locker room and it's like really intense and the music's really intense and there's a camera like kind of following me and then the camera stops and I walk into the shower room of this locker room where I'm looking for ghosts and the B camera was sitting there waiting for me to turn it and it was going to film me doing the, you know, this, and then I turn around and I'm out and I'm back on the A camera. Well, the entire B camera team had taken all of their clothes off. And I had no idea that this was going on. And we're talking the camera operator, Brian Rose, we're talking the focus puller, Clayton, we're talking the camera assistant, Peter Hunter. So that was just the 3 of them. Oh no, and the dolly grip, Steve Gilmore. So there was 4 of them, just all that, I mean, they had their underwear on, that was it. They were pantless, shirtless. Actually, I think Rosie was completely naked. And just standing there, like just waiting for me, just like this. And I just did one of these, I went, and they used that tape. They used it. So there's very rarely wasted opportunities to just act like idiots, and we relish that.
And if you can imagine like a diving board at a swimming pool, if you can imagine standing on the very edge of the diving board, holding an egg and a spoon. Any movement is going to make that diving board shake, is going to make that egg go like this. So that egg is the camera. So when the camera operator is sitting there, he is absolutely still. So one of my favorite shenanigans to pull.
Here, you be Brad.
Okay.
Or no, I'll be Brad, and you be you. So I'm Brad.
His camera operator, and his eyes.
I got a handheld on my shoulder, and I mean he's rock solid. He's a fantastic camera operator.
Amazing.
One of the best. And don't tell him I said that. But you know, he'll be doing like say my coverage, so I'll be on camera, and Jared will be just off camera.
I'll be Sam, and I'll be like, "Hey Dean, you know, I think we should check this out." And I start to walk away, and then I stop, and so now Jensen's the only one on camera, and as Jensen's saying his lines, I'm doing this. Yeah, Dean, no, I mean it. The vampires are in the next. The zombies are going to get us. And I'm laughing. Jensen is acting, and I'm like, hee 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 hee.
Sometimes Brad just has to sit there and take it. The worst is when Jared somehow, I think you just grab them out of the makeup bags when they roll by, you're just like, I'll take those for later. And he'll grab some tweezers. And he'll start plucking ear hair while Brad is holding the camera.
And nose hair.
And, oh yeah, you got a nose hair a few times too.
So I'll be like this. And he's trying to stay so still, because if he laughs, then the camera goes like this.
And the director and the DP are in the tent, like, not seeing all the stuff that's going on. They're just watching the image, and they'll be like, what the hell is he doing? I said, Brad, why are you shaking? Cut! But what's funny is Brad never sells Jared out. He's like, I'm sorry, I could use another one.
Except I'm crying with laughter.
Yeah, it's the gag reel to almost any season, especially the later seasons, could probably be 3 to 4 hours long. I wish it was. Like, I don't know how they sift through all the material and decide, you know, what's what, but
When does season 11 DVD come out?
September.
Because I have the gag reel on my phone.
I do too.
But there are people who have questions. There are people who have questions.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we should get the questions.
Seriously, if you want to play that gag reel, I can wait.
This is something else. I'm checking my.
I'll answer a question while he checks an email.
Okay, first off, thank you for coming to Phoenix. This is my sisters and mine first time, and you guys absolutely rock.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Now I have a question to the both of you as Sam and Dean. Since Crawley has called both of you both Moose and Squirrel, does that make Crawley and Rowena Boris and Natasha? And are you going to tell them that?
Well, it does beg the question of what does that make Castiel?
I figured it either makes him a fearless leader if he had Lucifer in him, or he was Dudley Do-Right. Your choice.
Dudley Do Wrong. Thank you. Thank you.
Do math.
Yeah, sometimes they win and sometimes they don't. Because sometimes you eat the bar and sometimes the bar eats you. I don't know. I don't come up with these dumb nicknames. These spirit animals. However, I did see a guy today wearing a t-shirt that said, Jensen Ackles is my spirit animal. Is that you? Yeah, buddy. Right there. That made my day.
My spirit animal is brisket. You know what I'm talking about. I know you know. Texan.
You almost fell out of your chair just then.
Brisket! That's not an animal! Can't take people.
Well, it used to be. You want to get technical about it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You're very welcome.
You got it. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good, how are you?
We've covered.
How are you?
Good.
You want to know how I am? I'm good, how are you?
I love you guys so much. I'm a little new to the fandom. This is my first convention, but I was wondering if you had any tips on auditioning and maybe how to get past maybe not making the role.
I told this story earlier in my, I was going to say in my private, but.
Did you flush when you were done?
I did. I also walked in, it was maybe 10:30 a.m. and I walked in with a beer because I thought it was a Diet Coke when I grabbed it. And I hadn't opened it, and I was like, I should watch my language. It's 11 a.m. And somebody was like, yeah, and you have a beer. And I was like, I don't have, oh my God. So I gave that beer away. Who drank it? Who drank that beer? Good on you. She's passed